goodness. A third of a rock for...
That would make sense why it didn't curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4 foot with hack.
Really good spots for Miller.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the right guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and instead knows and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does. Here.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line. It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Welcome back to the Sleeman Center here in Guelph, Ontario, Canada. The WFG Masters on the 2024-2025 Grand Slam of Curling Tour. We are getting ready for our feature matchup here. The final women's draw of the round robins. Team Hasselborg taking on Team Gim. Take a look at the lineups for this game. For Team Hasselborg at skip, Anna Hasselborg. Third, Sarah McManus. Second, Agnes Knockenhauer. Lead, Sophia Mabergs. On the other side for Team Gim. Skip, Kim Eunji. Third, Kim Minji. Second, Kim Suji. And lead, Sol Yisun. Tyler George here, joined by Vincent Stenberg. Vincent, big game here. Obviously, playoff implications all around, but you're very familiar with Team Hasselborg, obviously. Your countrywomen.
Oh, yeah?
Very strong season for them so far. I got a couple of wins on tour and about 8 qualifiers, I believe, and seem to be rounding into form over the last month and a half, really starting with the European Championships.
Oh yes, they struggled a bit early in the season, and then they hadn't gotten a medal during the championship for a long time. So getting that at the Europeans this year was a big win for them, and then getting that slam final against Homan last time was also something to get the confidence going.
A 3-0 record in this slam, so believe that very likely already qualified for Team Gim at 0-3. Bit of a surprising result for them. Great season, 7th year to date, but ranked 3rd in the world, so obviously a disappointing week for this team. We are underway. Team Hasselborg go to the center guard to start things off. Sophia Maberg's first stone. Vincent, we have double hat cams on this game, so we're going to be ready for a lot of shake and bake on the screen. Both front-end players, Sophia and Agnes, both wearing the cams. Of course, we do have the telestrator back in play. I got my toy back again. Nice draw to the top of the 8-foot from lead Sol Yisun.
Yeah, so a big difference between these two teams is Gim, the Korean team. They play a lot of spiels and tournaments, and is on the road for almost the full curling season. And Team Hasselborg, with 3 of them having kids now, they only go to like a few spiels and the top tournaments or championships, and then go home to practice a lot. So a different kind of season for them this year, and big difference between the two teams.
That freeze attempt just stops next to Yellow Stone. Sol Yisun will have an out-turn hit for the left-hander. It's all set to say in-turn.
Yeah.
Check the shooter again just in case, and it is indeed a southpaw. Get this to turn over to stick around, and does. Separates those stones a little bit.
And do not clear that one.
Stops in the back of 12. Gim sitting 2. Vincent, so important too. I mean, even for Hasselborg, probably already qualified to keep that momentum going into the playoffs. The 3-0 record, obviously the team playing well, but you never want to back in, even if you're sure you're already sewn up your berth. You know, get that 4-0 record, get one of the top seeds. And again, with the format we're using here, one of the top choices of who your opponent's going to be in the playoff round.
Yeah. And also, it's money at stake. A win is more cash. So
that's the most important part. Ouch. The double attempt there from Agnes. Over curls, but sticks around top 12. And same thing for Team Gim, obviously. If, you know, even at 0-3, a win still is money in your pocket. Slam's really the only tournament I can think of where 0-3 to your last game and a win still has a significant financial difference. So you're either paying that entry fee or getting paid from the win. A good nose hit there. Continue to sit 2.
Yeah, so too steep angle this time. Taking the one on the out-hand side of the sheet.
And Vincent, we've seen, maybe not as pronounced here as we've seen in other arena events, but a little straighter off the wall side on the end sheets. That's a pretty consistent thing for any major event in an arena. No problem there, though. Hit and roll made very well from Knockenhauer.
Yeah, and from the first day, with every team getting one game down, they did some stone maintenance.
They did,
and we got more curls, so those straight spots isn't as noticeable, and that's a good thing because my team, Team Vrano, we actually played on this sheet the first day, and it was a spot that was really straight, and both teams struggled with that one. So getting more even sheets.
Now, as the coach for Team Vrano, one of the fan favorites for these events, you encourage them to take part in these karaoke competitions and have some fun with it, and you know, build your profile a little bit more. It seems like they tend to feed off that energy and play better when they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win. You get more attention, maybe get better sponsor deals. You got to be your own advocate. Yeah,
from Isabel. Yeah,
yeah, but and still, if you're enjoying yourself off the ice, it usually gets into your spirit and onto the ice as well. So I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, we tend to forget that this is a game and it's supposed to be fun every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Trading a few hits after a nice short run back from Team Gim. See which team is able to get that roll underneath. Trying to roll to the wing that time, but just ends up on the nose. So Hasselborg will have another go at the hit and roll to the center. Sarah McManus is second here in the first end. Over rolls just a little bit, sticks around. Fairly wide open first end. So Team Gim this time will try to get the roll underneath the center guard. Third Kim Minji. Be on the nose as well, so Anna Hasselborg will get another try getting this roll underneath. I think, Vincent, that's a good depth too for the hit and roll. They can play just about any weight they like to make this shot. It should roll pretty close to the top of the forefoot and still have some distance behind that center guard.
Oh yeah. And we still want to keep it on this side of the guard, not going too far. Then you give up the hit and roll behind the corner guard for Team Gim. So just a short roll.
Real close here. Sweep on off. Looks good. Gets a good piece underneath. Nicely done. And as you mentioned, Vincent, didn't over-roll and show on the side where they could roll towards that corner guard. Probably having like a almost a half. Just checking to see how much they can see from the hack before they choose a weight. So somewhere between hack and board.
Ska det curla liksom. Och så på din andra så bara, ja men nu ska jag vänta, men då hade den bättre avslut liksom. Grymt skippat, jävligt bra skippat.
So a good tester early here for Skip Gimji. We had their first game of this tournament, and the team was struggling, but Gim made a few circus shots to keep her team in the game. So she was still playing very well while the team was struggling, but could not put them on her back enough to get the victory.
I had a look at their score sheets of how well they played during the previous games, and Gim has actually had one good game, and that was the first one. And then
this over curls, and that's going to push the other red into the rings as well.
And then she's had one game scoring only 56%. So ups and downs.
Not going to win too many games at slams or just about anywhere with percentages in that range.
No. They've taken over the first spot in Korea this like a couple of years, getting to win the Korean Championships 2 years in a row, I think. And but now Team Kim, who actually plays on the sheet next to them, they seems like they're the best team in Korea at the moment.
Yeah, as you said, they kind of rotate. Whoever's on a heater at the time, and as often as these teams play, it can flip a lot throughout the course of a season when you've played 13, 14 events by the time you get to January. That's a full season for a lot of teams.
Oh, yeah.
Diana Hasselborg's last here in the first, just throwing this to top 12. This is gliding a little bit right now. They need to hit the brakes. And it just gets a little bit deep, so that instead will be just off nose for the double.
So you could hear Anna yelling at the end there, and she wanted them to actually sweep it the last few meters to get it to curl a bit more, so she didn't have that nose hit. And now they're actually, the Swedish team are discussing if it's a difference between Anna's two rocks. So we'll see if they need to change the order.
Final stone here, first end. We'll see if Gim can escape a little bit of trouble. Playing this double, try to score 1 point. Starting to curl now. Oh, yeah. Just gets enough of that stone for the score. So Gim does get the single, and they lead Hasselborg 1-0 after one end of play.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
skip. Gim Eun-ji, a double against 3 on her last shot in the first end. They lead Team Hasselborg 1-0. Vincent, always good to make one of those early.
Oh, yeah.
Get your confidence, your feet underneath you.
Especially with her first rock not being that good. It's great to have it not be stolen points.
Good center guard right on the center line on the logo. Hasselborg going to the corner guard as well. So the commentators get their wish. We're going to get some rocks in play this end. It's only so many ends we can be interesting for if we don't have more than 3 rocks in play, right? Make it easier on us. Well done there from Mobergs.
Yeah, so both Anna Hasselborg and Sofia Mobergs both come from curling families. So they both have older brothers who plays. And their dads and their mothers both play. So and uncles and stuff like that. So they've been since birth been prepared for the game.
That's how it goes for a lot of us.
Oh yeah,
growing up on the sport.
And actually, Sarah McManus, her dad used to be a professional soccer player.
Okay.
And he's Scottish, hence the name. And he was actually banned for life from playing in Great Britain.
Okay.
Because he actually hit a ref. So he was banned,
Okay.
and that's why he actually moved to Sweden.
How have I gone all this time without hearing that story? All the games we called for them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to ask Sarah about this at some point, too. That's a great story. I'll have to look that up, too.
Oh, yeah. And he's famous for being like a hot-tempered player.
I would think so with that story.
So, and Sarah used to play with her older sister.
Roar you here for Alina Pats making an intern run back double. Sorry, Vincent, continue.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The fans interrupted you.
Yeah, so Sarah used to play with her older sister and Sofia Mobergs, and they were probably Anna's one of her biggest rivals growing up in juniors, last years of juniors, and then in the like at the Swedish Nationals when after or the last years of Annette Norberg's career, then they teamed up together. So 2 from Anna's team, which was Anna and Agnes, and 2 from Sarah's, or actually Sarah's older sister's team.
Couple nice draws to the 4-foot. Team Gim. One from Lead Sol Yusun, one from Kim Soo-ji.
But they're a bit low, so still have a good chance of a tap back there.
Miss Knockenhauer playing the intern tap, just looking to create a little pocket at the back of the 4-foot. This has really got to go. Line getting really tight to that center guard. It's going to crash, but split those over at least.
It's too light for that to be able to tap something back.
So quick call from Gim to replace the guard. You do see this fairly often too, Vincent, when teams on the ropes maybe at the beginning of the game. They weren't in too big a danger, but facing 3 on the last shot, get your single, and then get that momentum going for the next end. And Team Gim now steadily in control of this second end. Perfectly done there, right to the center line. Probably time for a run now, I would think, Vincent.
Oh, yeah. Too bad the Yellow Rocks is probably going to line up to hit their own red.
Yeah, good chance of a jam. They do make contact with that top yellow stone, but out-turn peel. Run back from Knockenhauer. Actually gets it over the top.
Oh, really? Wow.
Great shot. Can't do it much better than that from Agnes. Still 1 in the 4-foot for Team Gim, but that was pretty much always going to be the case.
Jättefint det där. Lambägge inne där 들어가는 어려울 것 같은데. Man bara jobba då. Så 일단 첫 번째라. 네. 옆쪽까지가 좋아. Effekten hade ju bara så. Tyckte du att det gick där då? Jag såg ju någonting som ändå var liksom bakåt.
Another guard here for Gim trying to cover that hole. They'd like to stagger it a little bit on that red center guard so that the run back isn't available for Hasselborg. Just need to get this to touch the center line, probably covers that hole.
Looks too heavy.
That's a pretty good result. That definitely takes that run back away too.
Yeah, but is it a hole to get through?
Don't know if you go through. You might be able to hit them simultaneously, maybe squirt through.
Yeah. Oh, Anna's saying there isn't a hole between them, so we're just going to have to trust her on that. But so thin on either or. It's going to be probably going to be able to get through.
Like to hit both of these at just about the same time. And just a little too thick on the first one, so does move both stones, but stays right there.
Lines up pretty good to get to the shot rock, if they're not getting the run from their open one.
Yeah, and I think Gim thinking we can't take everything away, so let's make sure we don't give up more than one. Just hit the back stone.
And stay for second. Obviously.
Kim Min-ji with the out-turn hit attempt. Trying to get this to turn over to stick around. Just a little too thin. It'll roll to a biter, but only third count.
And it's going to act like a catcher, actually, so would have been better to roll off the sheets, probably. That's too bad.
See a piece of this stone around the outside of that guard, so we see probably hack weight here from McManus. curl now. Can they roll it all the way under the corner? And he's gotten a piece underneath. Really good shot there from Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
And as you said, Vincent, that is a catcher now, too, and in a perfect spot if they chase that red stone.
Yeah, and probably the freeze is the best option here.
Does look like the call for Team Gim initially.
Otherwise, it's the draw around their own yellow. Probably the other only option.
A very important draw here now for Team Gim. Hasselborg sitting 2, down to skip stones.
Man har ju lite på den. Jag tror att de har typ nästan halva kanske.
Not sure if they're considering playing the hit instead, or now they're looking at maybe the draw around to the center as well. I think the freeze is your shot.
Yeah.
So they do opt for the freeze. How's your Korean, Vincent? Your Swedish is obviously very good.
Yeah, but not now. Maybe some German.
All right.
That's it.
I don't have any of those, so.
Oh,
got me
okay, okay.
anyways.
Not French?
Not a lick.
No.
No.
Oh, only Canadians then.
Yeah. Yeah, I speak Canadian very fluent. I mean, being a northern Minnesotan, I actually had to fly south to get here. So, yeah, I'm virtually a Canadian already.
Oh, right.
Intern freeze attempt. Gim Unji. Needs to hit the brakes here. Definitely staying high.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, really good shot. Well done. A little bit of separation and a little bounce. And may try to get inside and tap this back. And with that broom, that's definitely the call. You saw the broom, Vincent, for the freeze from Gim was basically right on the center line.
Yeah.
Now Anna put this down closer to edge of 4 foot, maybe a little outside of it.
Yeah, so
that now a little, about right middle of the 4 foot they adjust to. Expect maybe back lined through the house weight.
Yep.
Anna tightening it up a couple times again now too. So they're getting aggressive on the line, which you kind of have to with this shot. Anything wide really doesn't help you at all. If you bounce off, then it's a hit and roll middle. In-turn tap attempt, Anna Hasselborg, her first here in the second end. They want to get as close to this guard as they can. Really close. Well, it's by. Oh, what a shot from Hasselborg. Is that any good? Can't do that better.
And getting some applause from the audience. But sure deserves it.
Now Gim will have to play a freeze against a possible 3 or 4 point end for Hasselborg. You don't have to worry as much about how precise the line is on this one, Vincent, because it's farther underneath the guard. So if it bounces a little bit like the last one did, it's still safe. They won't be able to dig it out this time. Exact same broom being taken right on the center line again.
Yeah, and last time they weren't, it was a bit heavy, but not much, and they weren't even close to the guard, so.
That broom should be safe. Gim's last here in the second. Definitely didn't look heavy out of hand. Sweepers are on this one. That's really got to go.
And curling as well.
I don't think this is anywhere near right now, is it?
Doesn't look like it. Maybe can outcount one of them. No.
You could tell just that soft release didn't come out with that same positive throw. That will be short, and it's a draw for 4 for Hasselborg. Going out a little wider than the draw to the button path, so having a good discussion about the speed, I assume, here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I need to speak the language to figure that one out, I'm hoping.
Yeah, and now they're discussing if there's going to be a bit more swing because it's a fresh pebble out there, but they think that according to them and how they felt the sheet during the practice, it seems like they don't think that it's going to swing anything.
Well, she definitely set it out on that line a little bit. Shouldn't have any trouble with overcurling.
Nope.
Still running a little bit right now. Now starting to slow down. Hockenhauer thinks it's just fine, still cleaning. That will be 4 for Team Hasselborg. Continuing their run, now leading Team Gim 4-1 after 2 ends.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
The undefeated Team Hasselborg, once again now out in front. 4-point second end. 4-1 lead over Team Gim.
Yeah, and how that end started, we couldn't really see a 4 getting up on the scoreboard for Team Hasselborg.
No, it didn't really look that way until Skip Stones. And even Gim's first, Vincent, looked like a pretty good shot.
Oh, yeah.
But just that little bit of bounce gave Hasselborg enough room, and she made a fantastic tap. Set up that 4-point end.
So this one being outside of the house.
It just barely stays out of the ring. So for Team Hasselborg, even with the 4-1 lead, still electing to go to a center guard, start this end, and they wanted it really tight. I don't think they would have minded too much if it went in, but didn't want anything higher. So Gim will need to go on the offensive now. 4-1 lead, not insurmountable by any means. In our previous feature game in the men's draw, Team Gushu was up 4-1 on Team Schwaller and lost 10-4 in 7 ends. That was 4-1 after 4 ends. So anything can happen here at the Slams.
And all Asian teams are pretty famous for being good draws, or playing good draws. So
I've seen Team Gim play a lot of games over the last 2-3 years, and when they're at their best, they're really controlling the center of the sheet. They always would try to be first in. So as long as they keep the game close, if their opponent would throw up a center guard, they'd come around it. And if they were starting the end off, they'd go right to top 4. But with a 4-1 deficit, you really don't get that option. So if all things being equal, if they don't have to go extremely aggressive, they don't throw a lot of corner guards. But with a 4-1 deficit here, they have really no choice. They need to pull the game out to the edges. 2 corners stacked on that side.
Anna's saying we want this on the center line so we don't give up a hit and roll on the center guard that's really close to the house.
And this makes it so hard too, Vincent, when you're trying to put together a big end with hammer. You're looking at 2 center guards on a rock in the top of the 4-foot. So if you can throw those 2 corners, almost assuredly you're either going to be looking at 2 in the house and 1 guard, or 2 guards and 1 in the house. So it's going to take you probably 2 shots just to even have a chance to get a counter. But again, with the score as it is, it's difficult to do anything but throw 2 guards up. So now you got to count on your middle players to make those run backs and clear things open.
Yeah, so if we had the 4-1 on the scoreboard later in the game, you would have seen them come into the house. But with the lead being this early, Team Hasselborg has chosen to get those guards up.
Keeping the foot on the gas here. Not a great result on that run there for Gim, as the second guard, or the first guard that was run in, is now kind of cutting off the draw under the corner guard.
Oh, this is actually in the house, all the way down to the other rock. Not the result they wanted.
Oh, that was played to a guard, and Achenhauer just very heavy on that one. So that's the out for Team Gim. Now they're able to come into the house and play 2 those counters. Really like to get to nose here if they can. Yeah, pretty good shot. Now Team Hasselborg will have to go back into defensive mode.
So you're saying either the guard or playing peel weight, just hit and roll behind the center guard. And obviously, they've chosen the peel weight.
Yeah, playing the scoreboard here. 4-1 lead, just trying to kill Yellowstones. If they just spill this towards the outside and the shooter rolls in, it wouldn't be a bad result. This is hanging here. Not a good result there from Manus, so a couple of misses here from Team Hasselborg, opening the door for Team Gim. It's all rock placement. Don't want to leave a double. So thinking just top 8 is as deep as they want to go.
jag gillade det där också. Ja, jag sa komma ovanpå, sa jag. Ska hon dra där i hålet?
Electing to play the intern instead.
A bit more swing on that hand, so probably the reason.
Kim Min-ji, intern come around draw, trying to get this to stop top 8 foot. Just far enough to be shot, no deeper. This is still gliding a little bit. Just stops in time. I think that's fine, as long as it didn't come out the other side. Nope, still just buried, so that's good.
Well, the first thought of Team Hasselborg was just a hit and roll on the one just close to their own rock. But Anna's worried about giving them a double.
Min första var att vicka på den, men jag hör ju vad du säger om de sätter dubben. Min första var den, för jag har liksom bara typ kant här.
Ja, då får vi typ inte ut den. Alltså, till och med om man skulle toucha den här först.
Men alltså, till och med om vi...
Om vi gör den här nu, det är ju TT, då är vi helt inlåsta. Det är ju perfekt, då är vi öppen här, då kan vi stå på den. Nej, inte om vi vickar,
om vi bara så här, Anna.
Om
vi bara gör så då.
Den här gillar inte jag.
Nej.
Det är livsfarligt att vi får ner den dit.
Det enda är att vi rullar ju bra mot det här, även om den där inte...
Time out!
So timeout for Team Hasselborg. And their coach, Christian Lindström.
Men om vi gör den här, Anna?
World champion in...
De kan inte vicka långt på den då. Tror du att vi kan få en dubbel?
2017?
I think that's right, yeah. Sounds right. They all run together with that squad. So.
Like which year of Niklas Edin's team was he on?
Yeah, right. When it's hard to keep track of your world championship wins, then that's not a bad thing.
Men jag känner ju bara att om vi rullar typ så och de får TT:n dit, då måste jag skicka, då ligger det väldigt dåligt.
Wanting to give up that double.
Ja, jag bara, kan vi inte bara göra så? Det var min också. Jag såg också den. Så kommer vi kanske få en dubbel. Ja, exakt.
Man gör aldrig den här. Christian out.
So Anna wants to play like a triple off of their own. And Sarah wants to just come to as close to no hit on that outer yellow.
Genom dubbeln så vi får dubbeln tillbaka.
Vill vi spela...
Vilken hand ser vi?
Out. Tycker du inifrån? Okej.
Ja, jag håller också med om det.
Ja. Vilken fart? Är det typ en 8 eller är det för hårt?
Typ en...
Okej, så.
Agreeing on the just a nose hit or as close to nose hit as they can get. Coming with the intern. So Christian Lindström is coming off from the last Olympics in 2022 with a gold medal for Scotland or Great Britain.
Great Britain for the Olympics, yes. Intern hit attempt here from McManus. Trying to come in off of number 1 count. Really curling here.
It looks good though.
I just touched the red one to get a little kick in.
That was probably even better than what they were trying to do, because now there isn't a double.
Yeah, that may have worked out just perfectly.
I think that was the best, probably the best Way to do it.
Ja, och jag bara, Fibba, det är bra spår. Så det där ska jag säga kom ner säkert en halv sekund mer än vad vi trodde. De vickar ut på den här. Om man inte...
This getting tight on line as well. Can they hold it? Needs to get by the guard and then needs to get by their own in the house. Ooh. And it does clip their own, but pushes it over under the corner. Not a terrible result.
Vi vill inte toucha spelar inte så jättestor roll heller. Nej. Eller den menade du? Ja. Vill du spela typ en säker... Du spelar 10-10 halva? Ja, men typ. Jag spelar 10-7 här senast. Jag skulle tänka mig 10 halv. Ja, 10 halv, jag håller med.
So it looks like a hit and roll in towards the center here, Vincent.
Oh yeah, 10.5 hog to hog, so just a bit more than what they usually throw with the hit and roll. So probably wants to keep it higher up in the house, not as close to their. They're not wanting to jam the roll on their own.
Outturn hit and roll from Hasselborg. It's like close to normal weight. He just control. Ends up on the nose. So that red stone for Team Hasselborg is only partially buried and pretty good distance between the guard and the rock in the house. I think the nose hit would be a really good spot here. If you could ever get inside with hack weight, that's your ideal spot, but nose is pretty good. To spin around the other sheets here, the game's going on over on sheet A. Kitazawa Constantini, 1-1 after 2 ends. We're on sheet B. Inglis and Schwaller, 1-1. And on sheet C, Tiranzoni Kim also, no, 2-0 on that one, excuse me, Team Kim. Hack Waiter now still hanging, trying to carve to get to nose, but it's just barely going to make contact and rolls out of the ring, so missed opportunity there for Team Gim, but still sitting 1. Hasselborg lining up for possible run back. I think they have a piece of it if they want to just play the dig too. Kind of plays into the jam now. So
Anna not liking the just to pick it out.
Yeah, the run looks like an easier shot from this angle too. It's been really good run back ice too. Vincent, pretty much put the broom right where you want to hit it. It holds on that line. A big shot here from Hasselborg if she's able to make this. Could have Gim throwing against 4, if not, be a draw for 2. In-turn run, Anna Hasselborg. Out-turn run, actually.
Oh, and Emma's upset with that one.
Got really nowhere near and didn't even watch it. Threw it and turned around immediately.
It looks weird to choose, yeah. I was just going to say, why choose that turn when you just played the other one, but they changed their mind.
So will be a draw for 2 for Team Gim. Get themselves back into this game, trailing 4-1. Final stone, third end. Gim Unji saw a little better positive release that time. The sweeper's still on it right away, though. This one they like a lot more. And Vincent, you see the difference, too, in how the rock runs with how that came out of her hand. Really made sure there was a positive release. This one will be perfect right to the 4-foot. 2 points it is for Team Gim. They now trail 4-3 to Team Hasselborg after 3 ends.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games. Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts. It's not just a game. It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Big 2 in the third end for Team Gim to get themselves back in this feature matchup, trailing Team Hasselborg 4-3. Starting out with that center guard once again, needs to finish on line. Does get to the center line. For Anna Vincent, just have to collect yourself after that one. Obviously upset with that final throw. I don't think it was more than halfway down the ice before she turned to go back towards the near end.
She's usually pretty hot-tempered, so that's not the first game or time that she's slammed her broom, but usually recovers quite fast.
I'm going to say she's an intense competitor.
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
Yeah. Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Known Anna a long time. Fellow gold medalist from 2018.
Oh, yeah.
We got to spend some time with them in Tokyo, Japan, too, that year, as their team and our teams were named from the Association of National Olympic Committees Team of the Year for male and female. So curling swept those awards, and it's a good day for the sport. Very deserving squad, obviously, from Team Hasselborg, but got to celebrate with them over there.
And from the U.S.,
hey,
right?
You know, I mean, we were there, too, yeah. But no, it was really great to share that with them and have 2 curling teams get that honor. It was a big day.
So back 8, tap back.
Just trying to unlock these a little bit and sit on the nose of that yellow stone. Push the red back to the back 8s.
Needs to curl.
Looks very good. Yeah, really nice. Unlocks the red. Good angle now. Very good team shot there. Nice throw from Mabergs.
So same thing now for Team Gim.
Battling for position here, tapping these stones around, feeling like a mixed doubles end.
Yeah, that's right. And with the back one now being
a little farther back, but close, yeah. So see which team feels like they have to bail and play the run back on the center guard.
Oh, yeah.
Pokes that to the open on the other side. That's a pretty good shot.
Oh, yeah. No double. The run double.
Yeah, that did not take long. There's the run already. So Hasselborg deciding they don't like the way these angles are playing, so Anna's having Agnes play this run.
Oh, changing their mind. Playing the freeze instead. Coming down into the pocket in between their own and the yellow one in the forefooot.
Just trying to nestle into that pocket, in turn freeze. It's curling hard now, trying to hold the line.
Looks like it's a bit heavy also.
Not too bad. No, shouldn't be going anywhere.
Looks like there is a triple.
Not sure if they can see enough of it. Have to play the run probably to get it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Actually, the run's not there for it either, but the top yellow and the top 8 foot, you could probably slash in and lose at least 2 of them, maybe 3. Didn't really look at that, though.
Almost looks like it was there. But playing the freeze instead.
Yeah, down by a point without hammer. They're trying to keep things congested in the center of the sheet. Again, trying to hold the line here. Weight needs to go as well.
Oh, yeah. Maybe spin off their own a bit.
Yeah, that stays angled, so it chokes that off, too.
Team Hasselborg not liking the position.
Yeah, they can hit this just a hair high and get 3 of those yellows going.
They actually have chosen just to pick that guard, so no run back at this point.
It's got to make contact with the guard first here. Just gets a piece of it. I thought they'd have a go at running that in.
Yeah, you would think so, but
the way those angles play with the top 2
Oh,
yellow,
yeah.
I don't know that you could hurt yourself.
No. Oh, timeout for Team Gim. Probably needs to have a look at that possible triple. Not having the right angles at the moment. Team Hasselborg blind 2, I would say.
I think that's correct. Looks that way. Both teams using a timeout in the first half of this game.
Gardera som de har. Skulle de råka gadda den första, då skulle vi kunna gadda också. Det är äckligt om så att det skjuter på.
Yeah, so tapping, not playing the triple, but with the same, almost the same throw, but with way less speed. You would get like a tap back down there and create a pocket where Hasselborg wouldn't be able to pick the yellow one out. That would be a good call.
Men det Krille, om vi har någonting nu, om de skulle lägga gard och vi har den här dubbeln. Vill du spela dubbeln då eller klippa gard?
Yeah, they really need to move the angles on those 2 yellow on the top of the forefoot. So as you say, that chip on the outside yellow one is probably the best bet.
Still looks like they're just throwing the guard at this time. Maybe
they're probably doing it on their next.
Yeah,
'cause you're only on thirds first stone. So the earlier you make that play, the more chances you give your opponent to react.
Although we'll see.
You have to be just guard weight.
Oh yeah.
And you need to guard the one on the center line, not the one that's a little bit deeper. If you leave that center one open, I think it's just a pretty straightforward smash double, and then you really have good position. They get it far enough, maybe just. Same thing. You know, Anna does have that slash in if they want to try to move them all. And you could also just hit the center one, but probably rolling away.
Yeah, only the center guard this time as well. Waiting for Gim to make the first move.
Just the peel. See if Team Gim makes a move now.
Känns som att de behöver dutta nu typ. Dutta eller spela den där, men det är fortfarande... Vilka alternativ vi kommer få?
It's a matter of which one do you want to move? What are you trying to accomplish? Team's taking a lot of time this end to sort these shots out. They played pretty fast for the first 3 ends, so neither team in any trouble on time as of yet.
Still only thinking about the soft shots, so now with the new rule, no, you can't blank 2 ends in a row. Wouldn't actually be the worst thing, making the triple and then leaving something in for Hasselborg to bail out of this end. Because then Hasselborg needs to score in the 5th, so...
Still electing to go with the guard again.
I think they're actually trying to make a move on those 2 yellows.
Yeah. Not moving it very much.
It's the curl.
All right.
Not a good result.
No, I think 3 yellows are about to leave the premises, and red may be sitting 4 in a second.
Yeah.
Now they're actually playing it with softer weight, apparently. I thought they'd just drill this yellow right in the pocket and lose 3 of them.
So only just trying to hit and roll inside.
Yep, just
lying 3 there.
Gonna move that top yellow one to the back of the house, probably. They wanted to keep that other yellow there, apparently, for backing.
And now Team Gim is in real trouble.
Angle's not playing very good for Gim.
Might be if they hit the top yellow one, or the one above the number one. Try and move the red rocks around a bit.
Down to skip stones now.
If they play probably like a third or something on their top yellow one, they could probably get rid of 2 red ones sitting in the forefoot.
Yeah, if they hit this one here into this one,
yeah,
they probably have this go, but probably still makes contact with these. We could get a whole bunch of stuff going all over the place with some weight. So do that. Let's see a whole bunch of granite go. Yeah, it looks like they're playing the outside yellow one, though.
Yeah, and you're only going to remove one, being the top one there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only 2 you can remove will be the top and possibly the back one, as the yellow will kick into the other yellow in the back of the forefoot, and that might shoot it into the red that's biting back 4. But they're just playing soft again here, too.
Looks like they're trying to make like a tap back on their yellow one, not wanting any red ones to go.
Don't know how much that helped. So it looks like maybe it's a little better than it was.
But no. I think Hasselborg could come off their own.
Yeah, you could
and
go
go
around here, tap this so this goes out, and then red stays in this area.
Or actually play like a softer hit on their own red, rolling over and tapping on their red one to tap the yellow one out a bit and spin up.
I think they want that rock to stay there, probably. So they can just play it without touching that and accomplish the same thing. Using their other timeout, so Team Hasselborg now with no timeouts left after 4 ends. Shorter walk this time for Christian. This may be the longest end of the week, I think.
Yeah.
Ja. Exakt. Vad är det vi vill få? En fråga då, kan vi få ut... En fråga, kan vi få ut samma resultat när det bara komma hit ändå? För att vi tar bort. Det känns lättare. Ja, men vi ligger ju ändå här då.
So discussing 2 options here. One being the call that you talked about, just coming around, maybe tapping just a tad on their own red one, or just a freeze to get the deuce in the end, at least. Or they're talking about maybe doing a tap back on the top yellow one down to the other yellow one to move the lower yellow one down a bit.
So this one here, tap this, move that back.
Yeah, and roll over to to cover up their own 2 red ones
Sure.
on the other side of the center line. Sure. That's a tough shot, but if they were to make it, it would be really good.
So they are, it looks like, coming in that hole to tap the red and move that yellow just a little bit. And you're really going to have the forefoot protected.
I think the first option that they're decided to go for is just the freeze on top. So they don't want to give up any options for Team GIM.
Line looks pretty good. Don't want to move it a long ways. Just a little tap.
Line 3.
I don't know if they wanted to unlock it, which is probably why they weren't sweeping it too much at the end there. But yeah, if it taps a little farther, they're sitting 4. But I would imagine that GIM is probably going to move these stones around. Some kind of weight.
Ja, om inte annat så blir vi bättre med ettan som de sätter in.
Trean rör de ju inte.
Ettan blir alltid bättre. Det kommer alltid ligga 1 efter det här.
Ja, trean i den. Trean kommer ligga
Ja, om den kan toucha den.
Hard to see if it's...
Nej, den borde inte det. Det borde ligga 2 ändå.
De har inte hela för touch.
Nej, jag håller
Yeah,
med.
so Sarah's pointing out to the sweepers that if they hit the top red one, they should probably be line 2 after the hit.
Yeah, it's awfully tough to see how Hasselborg doesn't score at least 2. And whatever they throw, if they're still sitting 2 after, obviously they probably will have a shot for 3.
Yeah.
What time did this end start? I have to ask the home team guys if they have some kind of time stamp for when this end started. This has got to be bordering on a half-hour end.
Oh yeah. I mean, sheet B in the Sleeman Center here is actually thrown 4 rocks almost in the 5th end. So it's a 3rd timeout of this end also. So
yeah, one timeout left now overall.
No,
or this
none.
is GIM's 2nd. Yeah, so they're. I don't remember calling a game this year where neither team had a timeout left for the second half of the game. 3 timeouts and an end. Oof.
It's probably just hit the note, take the nose hit and give up 2. Can't really see anything else. Maybe if you could get like a slash of the top yellow one on the forefoot, get like a double low.
Basically just draw an explosion on the telestrator. Everything going everywhere.
Yeah, hopefully with some speed here.
Yeah, that broom says this is going to have some mustard on it. GIM's last, needs to move a lot of reds. This is really tight already. They think it's by. Yeah, and only sitting 2, so pretty good result there. Leaving the shooter right there.
Yeah.
Hasselborg has either a draw to the side of the forefoot or in off. Either way for their 3.
Eller vill du spela mjukare? Jag tror det finns lite kallt. Vill du ha mer? Nej.
It looks as though they are playing the in-off off their own in the side of the 12-foot.
Yeah, coming on this with this takeout with soft peel weight. So to get it to yeah. So choosing not to try that one because they don't want to pick their own.
Yeah, late sweep to make sure they didn't take themselves out of count, but only a 2 for Hasselborg, but they lead 6-3 at the break in our feature matchup.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Goldline's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes? Unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms? Lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Goldline.
It's a Goldline.
It's a Goldline.
And is the choice of champions.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games. Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts. It's not just a game. It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits, seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
Peace of mind, confidence, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial education. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to make choices that fit their goals. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Back for the second half of action here at the Sleeman Center in Guelph, Ontario, Canada. WFG Masters, fifth leg of the Grand Slam Curling Tour. Tyler George here with Vincent Stenberg. Vincent, Hasselborg's been in control of this game almost every end. Even the first end when Gim got their one, it was a double against 3, but I think if you're Team Gim, strange as it sounds, down 6-3, you almost have to feel a little bit of momentum from holding Hasselborg to 2 in that previous end when it looked like it could be a 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Would have been handshakes probably after this end, because they have to play 5 ends.
They do have to play 5, yes.
So, but getting another 2 pointers would mean still just 1 down. So,
and Anna's had a couple that she'd like back too, despite being up 6-3. That run back in the third end that she barely watched after she let it go, and then the in-off on that last shot for the third point that really wasn't anywhere near either. Both of those throws, up weight, out turns going inside out, both on the wide side. Something to keep an eye on. Nice pair to start the end off from Sofia Mabergs. One of the most consistent leads in the game.
Kan ni komma upp med min vante, mina vantar?
Vad sa hon?
Jag tar! Jag tar!
Kom. Fin spel, Fia.
Jag tar! Inte det! Inte!
Det ser bra ut.
Turn draw from Sol Yi-soon.
Gör du det?
They don't need a second corner, just bringing that lead second stone right into the house. That's really well done. Buried underneath the corner guard. Anna thinks they can still dig this out, so they're going to play hack weight. Despite all that time in the fourth end, too, Vincent, Hasselborg still 16 minutes left, Gim 15:48. So not dire straits for either one of them. It's not a lot of time, but 4 minutes an end usually is enough to play fairly comfortably.
And that tells you that 2 timeouts probably isn't that bad.
It wrecks the guard, but if it stays off the boards, it's still good, and it does stop, so they'll take that one. Really, that's every bit as good as making that hit, as now there's no corner guard in play.
That's the thing with chasing a rock in behind the corner guard early in the end. It's the 5-rock rule. So you can't throw that much speed. Agnes coming with just the right amount this time.
In-turn come around for the lefty here. Just touches the guard. Doesn't quite spin on the rings either. No open hit here for Knockenhauer. Good view from the hat cam on that one. Came out clean out of Aggie's hand. And the roll underneath as well. Great shot from Agnes. Team Gim will be chasing again now after that one. And the guard's angled off too, Vincent, so they really don't have much choice but to clear those.
Yeah. Love to stick around with the shooter. Rolling out to corner guard.
Väldigt skön fart.
So Gim worried about the top red one rolling over to their own corner guard, so they're choosing to not play with a lot of speed.
And it did go underneath too, but still leaves the guard there.
Yeah.
Hasselborg will continue to guard, try to shorten this end.
Yeah, so in Sweden we would call that a support guard.
Support guard, okay.
Yeah, so it's not guarding anything in particular, but it leaves you more room to place your own guard.
That makes sense. I like that term. That's a new one on me. Do you want to say anything to your team watching now after seeing their snacks that they have for the game or anything like that? We know they're tuned in.
Yeah. So they texted you with their snacks in front of the game.
They
and
may have.
Yeah, they did not text me about that. I can tell you that much.
I may have told on them. I needed to get a reaction. It's good for the broadcast. Left the hole there. So Team Gim can chase this one in the top 8 and roll under.
Vasa håller och jag bara, nej men. Jag trodde ändå den skulle komma upp lite mer i sista, så gjorde den inte. Den var inte riktigt ner på hake heller. Eller?
Kim Min-ji, out-turn through the hole. Looks pretty good. Still by now. Doesn't quite roll underneath, but good result. It's kind of staggered off too, so I don't think they can do anything with it through the hole.
Perfect speed on that one. Just getting the red one out of the house and not rolling too far. So probably a lot of people have noticed that we have a few Kims on both our sheet and the sheet next to them with Team Kim. And Kim being the most popular last name in South Korea. I think it's actually 23% of the population's last name is Kim. So a fourth of the country.
That's a significant number. Staggering.
And I think that Park being the second most is at like 9 or 11 or so, around 10.
Nestles in on top of the button. Four from Team Inglis has them up 7-2 now. On Team Schwaller. After 5 ends of play, the local squad stack a W on.
Yeah, and if they were to win, they would get a 2-2 record and might get a spot in the tiebreaker.
Yeah, great to see for the local fans. Love to see Danielle's team in the playoffs. I think we're going to get a good contingent of Toronto fans over the weekend as well.
Needs to curl this one.
It nestles up right next to that stone, but I think with heavy draw, Anna can still get inside on that one. Just tap that back a little bit, sit on top of your own, and things could be getting very dire for Team Gim.
Okej, så fjärde sten egentligen här nu. Ja, det kommer raka ut sig. Ja. Samma fart som min! Samma fart som Sara. Viktigt kommer upp på insidan.
So wanting to play the same speed as the last one, so just T-line and is fine with just getting to the shooter to be the fourth rock.
Yeah, this is one of those that you get the line right first, don't overthrow it. If you have the right line, you can hammer it to bump that rock as long as you're sure you have the line right. But the last thing you want to do is be heavy or wide on this. So good conversation there. In turn draw for Anna. Oh, they like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Line's really good. It's all on the weight. Can they get it there?
Almost over curling this one.
Wow.
Wow, getting...
That actually gets shot, too.
They're flying 3 now.
A really good sweep there from Nockenhauer and Mabergs. Anna giving a little point there. I think that was a good job. Something along those lines.
And Gim in trouble in yet another end.
Jag tycker att jag spelar, alltså jag tycker att min outcome där, den tycker jag var för rakt satt inifrån. Ja, den var alldeles för rak. Den låg jag bra om jag skickade ut den.
Yeah, they got to move those three red ones around a bit to open up the pin.
För mig så ser jag bara benet på lite.
Men det ska inte göra någonting så mycket. Jag tror bara, det jag tänkte säga, det är väl summera på att bara lita på att alla clearingar går
det kommer gå rakt. Vi kan ta...
Jag tycker att det är lite...
Alltså precis som min när vi spelar här borta så fick jag ju samma. Och så kommer du ihåg när du bara så tog du den tidigt och sen så bara höll vi den hur mycket som helst. Så jag tror också vi tar lite is. Ja, vi tar lite is så man ändå kan våga lira igenom. Okej, vad gör hon här nu då?
Big run back attempt here, and they're going to actually talk about this one a little more now.
Okay.
För hon tar ju bara bort mittenstenen.
Hon tar bara bort den. Hon tänkte spela
och då gör hon den, då kan vi till och med bara ta bort den där gula så är det ju skitäckligt för henne.
Ja, jag ser ju inte så mycket av den, men absolut. Det går ju.
Alltså du har ju...
En tredjedel.
Då tar vi då halkan då. Ja, precis. För mig får hon gärna spela den där.
Ja, alltså
vi kan till och med, vi skulle till och med kunna garda igen.
Ja, precis. Det känns som att man skulle kunna, hon kommer ju ha 2 stenar, om hon skulle skicka 7:an helt perfekt så skulle ju både 2:an och 7:an kunna bli kvar i spel. Men då är de ju öppna på den sidan, så man skulle också kunna spela något hårt in. Alltså.
Jag tror att hon måste sopa här borta på banan bredvid.
If she would hit as much as she can see, she would probably get 2 out of there.
I think so. They're really just trying to give themselves a chance to score. Obviously, being down 3, you'd like to put a crooked number up, but the way this is set up, I think you're just hoping that you have a shot for maybe a 2 on your last if you can get 2 of these out. If the shooter sticks around, and they're playing it soft, so they're maybe just trying to move 1 out.
Yeah.
It's going to be awfully tough to score still.
Just playing the tapbacks again. So this is just hack weight.
It's going to be really difficult to get both those reds out. The angles just don't play very well at all.
No. So it's just probably guard that yellow one, which is their only option to get the single.
I think so. I mean, it's either straight guard or freeze right down to it again. I don't think you want to throw anything in there that would change the angles at all, though, because do you see a run of any kind to lose both those yellows? They're all kind of angled wrong. So I think it is just maybe the straight guard. Much as you want to play scoreboard.
So Hasselborg thinks Gim is second.
Alltså om man klipper den här, jag bara säger, då är den här skjuten för max för 2 ändå. Så klipp den. Klipp den här. För 2, det är TT en undersida. Alltså den här, hon ligger ju andra.
So Hasselborg thinks that they could do in-off on the yellow one to get the red one. I'm not sure.
You could catch the back of it. The question is, do you stick around? No, you have to play it soft.
No, doesn't look like you could stick around to get 2 points out of that one.
You have to get so close to the back of your own yellow in order to stick.
Yeah, so Anna's just putting up a guard.
You kind of want to just put it in the gap there, right? So that there's no in-off and there's no slash.
Exactly. Yeah. So trying to put the guard in so they just sort of bite the forefoot.
Just to stop. Yeah, that in-off may
Might
still
have
be there.
overcurled, yeah.
Because you don't need to throw it really hard. It's probably normal to firm.
Bra, nu gaddar vi till och med den där nästan. Hade vi
You're
varit
really
lite
close to
vidare,
the guard, but I think it's
då
there.
hade vi till och med gaddat den där. Så då gaddar vi båda. Vi skulle ha varit vidare.
You're playing it no matter what. You got to give it a go. Yeah, just... And those guards, Vincent, we talk all the time about how to place those, how to throw them. You always want to be able to finish a guard that you're throwing to a specific spot. Because if it's tight, there's really nothing you can do with it. So if you lob it out there wide enough, you can always finish on the line. They really just didn't give that one a chance.
Mens. Mens.
Final stone, fifth end. Kim Eun-ji trying to make this in-off for two. Sweeper's on it early. Oh, just feathers her own yellow. So close. So actually needed to curl a little bit more. Couldn't really tell how close it was to the guard, but it is just steal of one for Team Hasselborg. Now they lead 7-3 after 5 ends.
Peace of mind, confidence, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial education. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to make choices that fit their goals. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Steal of one for Hasselborg in the fifth. Now puts them up 7-3 over Team Gim. Hasselborg looking to finish the round robin undefeated. Have one of the first picks in this draft, as for the playoffs, you are able to draft your opponent. Choose who you want to play, the top 4 seeds. Choosing from the bottom 4 seeds. Vincent, I like that kind of stuff. You know, create a little bit of energy and maybe some rivalries.
Yeah, so at the moment, Hasselborg can finish a 4-0 record. The only other team that has that option is Team Kim out of Korea.
Looks like they may be doing that as well.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
6-2 over Tiranzoni.
And from what I can recall from the last stone draw, it's Hasselborg who has the upper hand. So it would be them that finished first after the pool. But let's double check that before we...
We'll find out, but for now we'll go with that. We'll just blame you if it's not correct, obviously. That's what we do up here. We shift blame and responsibility whenever possible, just like on the ice.
Yeah,
Same thing.
So trying the tick on the corner.
Yeah, a difficult tick shot, one you see in mixed doubles pretty consistently, but no luck there for Maabergs. Not a lot of harm done. They don't want to jumble things up and play with a 4-point lead. Team Gim trying to get their second corner guard up. This one gliding a little bit. Stop just short of the rings, though.
Probably needs to get a 3 points out of this end to have a fair chance of a win this game.
Yeah, if you get 2, trailing by 2 with 2 ends to go without hammer, you're either going to have to get 3 or 2 steals after that. So really need to get that 3 now. 3-1-3. That's your way to win the game.
Ja, var lite kletigt där. Bra liv.
Jag känner som det, man bara, jag tänkte säga på sätt. Sitta här.
Var lite kletigt där i mitten.
Trying to draw on the outside of the corner guard. A new spot for them.
Ja.
레이튼 좋아요. 라인 좋아요. 라인 좋아. 열어놔 괜찮아. 여기까지.
Coming around the wide side. We've seen this shot played a few times this week.
Bit heavy though.
But they're okay with this being back 8. That's not a bad spot.
No.
Good shot. So quickly up to play the peel is Hasselborg. One of those ends, Vincent, that if you could give them 2 right now, you'd probably take it.
Oh, yeah.
It's with your percentage chance of winning the game. So he's going to try to stay away from a 3 at all costs. Good throw there from Aggie. Kim Suji trying to play the intern, come around the corner guard.
조금 타이트하긴 해. 레이트가 진짜 많은데. 못 닦아.
This one needs to hit the brake, still gliding. Hold on to some of the house. That's going to go all the way through, so big miss there. See a draw shot sheet popped up there on the screen. It's a real professional here in the booth.
Yeah, so Hasselborg has, before this one, they had 173 in total, and they grabbed some of the forefoot, just a biter. So add some of that, but they still have almost 200 centimeters down to Team Kim. So that would be Hasselborg being on top on that last stone draw. So my information was right for once.
I gave you credit. I said we're going with it. I was more confident in your information, I think, than you were.
Yeah.
So that's a good job by you. So we're going to say Team Hasselborg will be the #1 seed with a victory here. Again, putting it on Vincent. You have an email address we can put out there for people if it's incorrect, or a Twitter address, so people can tell you how wrong you were?
Not at the moment, no.
Not right now. Not while we're on the air, I don't.
So trying to go around the red ones here.
Not using the stones in the house as guards. Have to go to get it by the second one.
Good line though, but the speed isn't really there.
Yeah, perfect line. Just did not quite have enough to bury, so you hit once again for Hasselborg.
그럼 뒤로 또 하나 또 와야지.
And Team Kim only having 3 rocks left, so hoping for some misses here.
Yeah, if they're going to score 3, then we know which 3 stones it'll be. It's peeled out there by McManus. No need to stick around.
Härligt. Spelade de där 2 identiskt den sist du var där? Ja. Du spelar ju en guard.
Ja, exakt.
Kändes väldigt bara ha på linan här och så se en
Den går ju verkligen bara där man, en liten lugn.
근데 3점 나오려면 이쪽으로 가야 되는 거 아니야? 언니 그거 더블 쉽지 않아요? 더블이 쉽다고? 빨강 쉬운 거 아니야?
I think the same shot is still your shot here, trying to go around the reds.
근데 여기 들어오면 상대 하나 필이야. 그 다음에 우리가 여기로 들어와야 돼. 근데 상대가 이거 2개 있어서 뒤로 와야 돼.
A little surprised they didn't just play the same out-turn path that they did earlier, though.
Yeah,
It's
I was thinking the exact same thing.
It runs a little better to Barry, too.
Yeah, and now they should have the speed for that path. So
they are going back to the in-turn in Minji.
Det går så rakt och fint där, Anna.
on it early here, yet again.
Now, this one has a little more weight, but a little wider track, too. Really need to finish it to Barry. Pretty good. Still a piece showing, probably half.
Yeah.
Jag tror att det kommer gå lika här, Anna, som det går där, liksom. Tror du inte?
In-turn for Hasselborg. And really, you can play this with whatever weight you choose. You could throw peel, put it right on the edge of the stone. You could throw normal, have it curl a couple inches. It's whatever weight you feel like you're going to make it with. It's as though Anna wants to throw it hard. It's got broom right on the edge of the stone.
I think it's pretty funny that this GIM team uses Russian to call the stones down. So they say da da da, which means yes in Russian, and they say davai davai, which means go. So that's quite weird, actually, but whatever works.
Just cleaning here for Hasselborg. And I'll like that throw a little more.
Fint spel, Anna. Gud, de kom som en storm och tog de där bara. Så lät det typ. Okej.
Almost better to blank this end than to
De behöver göra samma. Eller så ska de
try something now and just getting the single.
Och annars ska de typ
Hoping for a 3-ender next end and then steal a one to get the extra.
Så du kommer antagligen få samma om de inte kommer runt. Eller så kommer
I would probably play the double there, hoping for a blank.
Om du inte tycker att det känns lättare att bara sätta ner den rakt.
Yeah, 2 is really difficult with where these rocks are set up. In order to get shot on this stone, you probably have to show a piece. And to bury, you're not going to be shot rock.
Maybe you'll get a chance to play the double on the last stone, because the single is not an option, I would say.
Yeah, you'd much rather blank than be forced to one situation. It's another in-turn draw. That looks very soft out of hand. Really got to go for weight here.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're playing the freeze, not the come around.
Yeah, even for the freeze to the one of the floors, I thought it was kind of short, and I think they did too, but still gliding right now.
Oh, and bouncing off it.
Boy, that carried a long ways. I don't fault the sweepers on that one. That looked like it was really soft out of the hand. But it will be a wide open hit now for Hasselborg, and I think nose is going to make it a really tough score.
And now the option of getting a blank isn't there anymore if she sticks around.
Yeah, she's putting broom on the middle of the stone, so just
I think she's playing
weight again.
Yeah, but trying to stick around still.
Yeah, taking the ice out of it, not taking any chances, but she'd love to hit this on the nose if she can. But identical track to what she just threw, too, so I think she feels like she can nose this with peel. Good clean throw from Anna.
Being a bit softer than, so soft peel this time, but
just
really,
like that.
Really well done.
And this is going to be a very tough score now for Team GIM. And no blank available either. Yeah, you almost have to just play like a control weight, maybe a little less even. try to skinny by that rock in the top of the 12-foot just enough to nestle in.
Almost doesn't look like it's possible to get a single.
Really close, yeah. You could play the angle run.
Yeah.
You could score with that one. Even that one's tough.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're kind of even up, so it might kick back up off. But
yeah,
looks like they're playing weight and trying to just get as close as they can to the rock in the top of the 12-foot so that
I think it's just going to spin up out of there. I think this is actually to give Hasselborg one.
Hur missar jag den där? Men det var vänstern. Jag är helt sämst med vänstern.
Final stone. 6th end. Gimunji trying to somehow find a point here. Doesn't quite move it far enough, and it is a single for Hasselborg. They now lead 8-3 after 6 ends. Just watching to check to make sure they're still going, but there are handshakes. Good. We held it off from the break just long enough.
Oh, yeah.
So that will be a final. Hasselborg with that single. 8-3 over Team Gim. Team Hasselborg runs the table in the round robin 4-0. We do believe they'll have first pick in our draft tonight, I believe at 9:30. Following the final men's draw, which should be 7:30 this evening. Men's coverage later tonight. Have 2 feature games, 1 couch curling game, which would be Jacobs and Adine, and our other feature matchup with myself and John Cullen. Bruce Mowat taking on Mike McEwen, another good one. That's 7:30 tonight. So for Tyler George, Vincent Stenberg signing off. We'll see you at 7:30.